everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year if you're watching this in the new year, otherwise happy almost end of the year, finally. And hello from my new apartment. If you are one of my OG subscribers, I'm talking like 2017, 2018, you will recognize the couch, my great grandma's couch. The walls do look the same as my old apartment in Johannesburg. Not the same place, different city. I guess I just tend to be drawn to darker walls. I don't know. So here I am, living alone in a new place, trying to restart my life after the most dreadful 2 years of my life. That's another story. Okay, today we are talking about not so specifically New Year's resolutions, but more how do you set proper, attainable goals that are good and healthy for you, specifically for the new year. What I would recommend if you are sitting down, it's the end of the year or the beginning of a new year, and you're thinking, what do I want to achieve this year? What do I want to do this year? I recommend that you think about your values. Not necessarily a bucket list of everything you want to do. You can be very ambitious. It's good to get those ideas down. But if you want something more attainable and more relevant to the space that you are in your life right now, think about your values. What right now is really important to you? The 5 most important things to you right now. A value can be something that you feel life is worth living for. It's worth working towards this. This is something I will fight for, something I really appreciate, something I don't want to lose. It can be family, relationships. It can be education, knowledge, like bettering yourself. It can even be finances if that's your thing. For me, that would be probably education, knowledge, or personal growth. It would be my faith. It would be interpersonal relationships. So those are a few ideas for values, but you can come up with your own. If you're stuck, you just do a Google search. There's a lot of, types of values that can come up, but choose 4 or 5 main values for you that this is what's really important for me. Like all of us, it would be nice to be a millionaire or to speak 500 languages or, to get that, degree. But think first, okay, right now in this space that I'm in for this new year, 4 or 5 things that are most important to me. Then once you've established your values, think of what you can do to grow that value, to blossom it into what you really want it to be. For me, for instance, if I go with education or knowledge or bettering myself, that can segue towards language learning. So a big goal of mine is to keep working on my Hungarian. It is by far my favorite sounding languages, but one of my weaker languages because I haven't dedicated enough time to it. So my goal for next year is to do as much Hungarian study as I can, because I've chosen my value, which is education, knowledge, self-improvement, and what I'm going to do in the sphere of that value is improve my Hungarian. And then I have a sub goal for that. What do I want to do with this knowledge? Because if you're setting something specifically like a language learning goal, you need something to work towards, right? If I just abstractly say, here's an example. A few years ago, I was like, wow, Vietnamese sounds so cool. I want to learn Vietnamese. And that was like my goal. That's not really a goal, right? It's not specific, it's not attainable, it's not time bound, and I didn't have like proper steps to achieve it. And eventually Vietnamese kind of faded away. But now I have something that I'm working towards in a time frame for Hungarian because, surprise, I am planning on moving to Hungary. Very long story. I don't want to speak too much about it in case it doesn't happen. Like, a lot of the things I've dreamed for in the last 2 years have really gone down the drain horribly. So a part of me, to be very honest, is scared of hoping and making dreams and fantasizing about things. I kind of want to protect my heart if it doesn't happen. So what a friend of mine was saying is, don't be afraid to set goals for the next year. And I was like, I don't want to set anything because everything goes bad in my life. And she's like, no, that's different from like having hopes and dreams and wishes versus having goals. Goals is actually something that you can work towards, that you have in your ability to do something with or do something about. Getting to conversational A2 B1, and debatable if you want to call it conversational, but my goal is to be able to reach about B1 before I move to Hungary, so that I have something that's measurable. Can I pass a standardized test around level B1? Can I understand B1 material? I have time bound, so by the end of next year, when I want to move to Hungary, I hope to be able to speak that language, and I've connected it to my value of education and personal growth. So it's not an abstract goal of like, oh, in 2024, I want to speak Hungarian. Okay, how does that work, right? And then after that, you split your goal into smaller pieces. So what am I actually going to do every month, every quarter, every week, every day with Hungarian? And be realistic with your goals. I like to be really optimistic and say, oh, you know, every single day I'm going to study Hungarian. That's not possible. If I've looked at my life over the last 5 years, you know, there have been some really bad days where I just can't really get out of bed. So how can I expect myself to do even 5 minutes of Hungarian when my mental health is suffering, right? So be a bit more realistic. Say maybe in a week, I want to try doing 45 minutes to 3 hours, whatever you're capable of, right? For me, it could be half an hour 4 days a week, or it could be 3 hours every Saturday and 1 hour every Sunday. Think about the times you have available and break up your goal into smaller pieces. It'll also help if you have something to guide you, such as working through a course on an app, working through a textbook, taking lessons online, and having your tutor work you through a curriculum. If you're interested, I have a 10% discount for italki, which is a language learning platform, in the description. Check that out. Anyway, have something concrete that you can measure your goal by. Another thing that you can do to keep yourself on track with your goals is to keep something like a goal journal or a language learning journal in particular. I do have maybe 2 or 3 videos about a language journal. So just type in my channel search box like language journal or language planner, and you'll find all of my tips and videos for those. Apart from language learning, you can also set something to do with school or work. For me, I just started a new job in cryptocurrency, of all things. I'm really excited to update you guys that I am working in fintech. It's not as amazing as it sounds, you know, pretty standard startup vibes. Working as a senior product designer there, I've been loving it. And my favorite part so far is how international my team is. Like, there are people from the UK, from Georgia, from Poland, from Indonesia, Malaysia, South Africa, all over the world. It's been so interesting. I have an Italian guy on my team as well. So cool. And this is actually a really perfect time for me to say thank you to the sponsor of this video. It's actually a friend of mine. His name is Cameron. He is a developer among many other things, and he created this awesome Slack plugin called Translate Channels. So channels are the, like, if you know Discord, it's like a channel as well, like the chat room of a specific topic. Translate Channels automatically translates Slack messages into any of 100+ languages. You can set custom settings for any individual channel or global settings for your entire workspace so that everyone can work in their native language. Amazing, so useful if you're working with an international team. This is an amazing productivity tool that you can use if you're communicating with people in different languages. The goal of Translate Channels is to help international teams work more effectively, especially now in the post-pandemic times that we are working more across borders, cultures, and languages. If you'd like to check out Translate Channels and support my friend, please look at the link in the description and you can get the plugin if you use Slack. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. It's great to kind of be a bit more active on YouTube. And thank you for your patience. I haven't really been very active in the last few months because things have been rough. And I don't want to keep saying like, life sucks, it's been rough, but I've feel that now I'm getting to a better space where I can actually start making more YouTube videos. So I really hope you will continue to support my channel. Remember that I do have a website, lindiebuertes.com. You can find language resources, ebooks, blog posts, updates on my languages, language coaching, all kinds of things. Do check out my website because I'm still active there. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful 2024. And I will see you when I see you in the next video. Bye!